Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK.
And my name is Louise Golden from Clarity Crafts in the UK as well.
Welcome to another episode of Clarity Social TV. I hope everybody's well. We'll give it a few moments for our friends to find us. You can either find us over on Facebook or you can tune in via our YouTube page as well. The lovely Grace is in the room with you this afternoon. So if you have any questions, she's there to help. And if there's anything we need to know, she will pass that through to me and we will have a look at that for you. So there we go. Sound is great. Thank you, Grace. Pat Coombs really enjoyed this morning. Couldn't comment on YouTube as it decided to log her out. Technology. It's not good, is it?
It's not.
When technology doesn't
when it
work.
goes wrong.
Yeah. So there we go. You can see everybody's coming in now. Oh dear. So you had a fun morning, didn't you, this morning?
Yeah, we were doing grid work this
I
morning.
know. Yeah, I was listening. So it looks like you've had lots of friends in the room, and I'm sure many of them will be coming back to keep us company this afternoon.
Yeah, so this morning I did a bit of grid work and now we're doing a bit of tool work.
We are indeed, yes. So we thought, because we have our Pergamano.com 30% sale going on, so Louise thought it'd be a good idea to focus on a couple of tools. And there's a fantastic little collection of 6 multi-needle tools.
There is, yeah.
And we just thought that would be perfect to cover us over last week, this week, and next week. So what we'll do is we'll give it a few more moments for some friends to find us, and then we'll give you all the information. But the main thing, as we mentioned earlier, is about the Pergamano party, isn't it?
It is, yeah. 30% off. Now that's really a big chunk of discount, isn't it?
So when we bring up all the information on the screen, obviously we're directing you to the Clarity Crafts website, where you can get the savings and you can use your club members discount. But maybe you want to pop over to the Pergamano.com website. Club discounts don't transfer over because it is a separate website, but there is 30% off everything. So maybe you're looking to stock up on some of your essentials, like your parchment, your designer parchment. Maybe you need some more Groovi tabs. And we could all do with a couple of more Groovi guards as well.
Yeah. Groovi guards, yeah.
Groovi guards.
Where's that Groovi guard?
Yeah, Louise has got one there.
I have got one today, yeah.
So,
but it hides in with all your like I have on my side of my desk, I've got all this parchment and papers and all these sort of things, and I'm forever trying to find it. I'm like, where is it?
So you definitely need more than one Groovi guard.
Like, around my neck or something. So I don't know.
Oh dear. So how can we order if you're looking to order? So there's several ways. If you want to order via the claritycrafts.com website, then across the bottom there you can see claritycrafts.com. You can also give our lovely Sue, Jazz or Pete a call on 01732 868 215. But if you want to check out the Pergamano website, then it's pergamano.com, and it is the same telephone number. So that's nice and easy way of ordering, isn't it?
It is, really is.
And if you order on the Pergamano.com website and your basket goes over £50, we will also send you, for the month of April, whilst we're celebrating Amazing April, a free gift worth $9.99, which is a pack of 20 sheets of A5 parchment.
Which is, as a parchment crafter, something that you always need in your stash, isn't it?
Exactly. It's an essential, definitely. So what I'll do, I'll bring up some details on the screen for you. So for example, the details we have here, across the top you have an item number, which is 70486. That is for this collection of Pergamano multi-needle tools, handy tools and tool guide. Now you can see there you have an RRP of £61.93. You're saving £11.98, which is the equivalent of one of the multi-needle tools and the little booklet. So that brings the price down to £49.95. And if you was to pop over to the Pergamano website, that comes down to £43 and, let me check my list, 35 pence. So it's a real good saving there as well. Yeah, £18.58 savings. So near enough 2 tools, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really good. Fancy 2 tools off.
2 tools off,
2 tools off.
absolutely. So that's the information that we'll bring up on the screen. So what we'll do is, I think we're ready to go, aren't we? So if I bring up a full details on the screen in front of you. So what this kit includes is a series of 6 Pergamano multi-needle tools. Working across the top, we have our semi-star tool, which is one of Louise's favourites. We then have the wave tool, we have the drop, and then moving underneath that one, we then have our lozenge. The what that used to be called before a lozenge? It was called something else.
Diamond, I believe.
The diamond,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Then we have our butterfly, and finally we have the wing.
Yeah.
So everything is available individually. The tools, as I say, are $9.99. Over on the Pergamano website, they're $6.99. So it's all about having those choices.
Definitely.
And I think Louise is going to show us through the handbook that comes with this collection on the overhead. So if I bring in that screen there we go. My arm's just still a little bit, it's getting better. I can go as far as there today. So Louise is in charge of the cameras.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get rid of that party banner.
Okay, so it shows you the tools that you get in the toolkit there at the front, and then it opens out, and you've got quite a few pages. Opens out quite a lot. So if we focus on the first 2 pages, you've got some details about the tools there, then a little bit of information from Linda, and then it gives you, this is what you need to photocopy. If you photocopy this page, this is what you really need to create the pattern onto your parchment. Okay. So we'll show you that in a little while, but it gives you what the tool looks like, and then some designs that Linda's created there. Then underneath, Linda gives you like an example of how to emboss within those designs that are up the top.
Yeah.
So once you've created this yourself, you can create this again, pierce through these holes, but create completely different ways of embossing. So really you can experiment once you've been given the first little sampler part.
Right, so this is like your practice piece, isn't it? And then you can put it into practice, so to speak, around your artwork. Yeah,
so once you've tried this, you can then experiment and try all sorts of different ways of embossing, you know, make little curves at the top and all sorts, really. And then, so this is the butterfly.
Yeah.
And then you go into the lozenge. So again, you've got the pattern up here, and then your little sampler part there. And then just gives you a bit of information about another book that Linda's created, volume 1. And then we go back onto the other side. So it's really using this book to its full advantage. It's on both sides. And then, so we've got the semi-star here. Same again.
Yeah.
The pattern and then the sampler. Then you have the wave. And then you have the drop.
And which 2 did we look at last week? Remind me, because my brain is fuzzled at the moment.
We looked at semi-star.
Yeah.
And the wave.
Ah, right.
So we've done these 2. So today we're going to focus on the drop.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, we're going to focus on the wing.
Okay.
So we've got.
So if you missed the previous 2 tools, you can go back and watch via our website. If you go to the claritycraft.com website and go to the Catch Up and Craft, you can scroll back to last Tuesday and see what Louise created with that. Alternatively, you can go to our Clarity Craft YouTube page or the Pergamano.com YouTube page, and you can watch those back as well on there.
Perfect.
Okay, over to Louise.
Right, so if I go onto the overhead camera.
Yeah.
So Linda created these little samplers, which is what we've used for the little leaflet we've got here.
Okay.
So that's the example. So I don't know if anybody might want to take a picture of the screen or something.
Do you want to zoom in one at a time on those? So we'll come in on a closer camera.
Let's try the wing first.
Ooh, there we go.
That is a zoom. There we go. So that's the wing.
Nice.
And then this is the drop. There we go.
I love the teardrop. It could be quite floral, couldn't it?
Yes, yeah. So there's some really lovely ways of designing, and Linda's given you some corners here, but there's nothing stopping you from creating this into a like all the way around, like a border. That would look really lovely. Or this one, doing around a border.
Nice.
So those are the two that we're going to concentrate on.
Okay.
Bring it back out again. So what I created was, let's go on to the wing first. So you can just about see all the little perforating dots. So I've created two samplers from I'll bring up the wing. There we go. So it's exactly what you see here, and I've done it on this. I took a photocopy. So this is my photocopy.
Yeah.
This is a new photocopy. So that is how I've created. You can't see now.
So your clear parchment goes on top.
Yeah.
And then you perforate the pattern through the top of the parchment.
You do, yes.
Right.
So I know we were speaking last week about the fact that you can use a light wave underneath that can kind of help as well. So there's nothing stopping you from doing that. But yes, once you put your bit of parchment on top, which we'll have a go in a minute, over the top of that, stick it down with some Groovi sticker tabs. If you are going around a whole border, I suggest you, I don't know whether you, let me move all this one way. I've just done a very faint white box.
Right, okay.
So you can either draw a very faint white box with a pergoliner, a white pergoliner.
Yeah.
Or you can create a box with any of your nested square Groovi plates and put that on underneath as like a guide.
Oh, yes.
The only thing about doing that would be that you'd be piercing through two bits of parchment.
Yes.
But if you just about manage to get through two pieces of parchment, then you've got two borders.
Very true. Two for one.
2 for 1. So yeah. So I thought we'd focus on the wing because I wanted to show you a couple of different ways of how to do it. So I've got my tumble dryer sheet underneath.
Yeah.
And then it's on Pico foam, and then I'm on the black mat.
Right, okay.
So on the hard side. So we'll just focus on this a little bit now. So I've got my... Are you all right with your arm?
Louise wants to show off her new toy.
I know, this is my new toy.
Louise has got herself one of our fantastic tool holders, fully loaded with the multi-needle tools and the pieces. Like you've got your
I've got all my tools
Groovi tools in there as well. You've got your blending pens. Let me just bring up some details on that because we launched this yesterday.
Yeah.
Let me just find it. Where is it on my list? It's the second item on the list. So this is the tool holder for Clarity stamp pens and Pergamano tools, $14.99 plus your club discounts, and it's gone absolutely mad. Dave actually popped in earlier this afternoon to pick up some bits and pieces so we can carry on assembling them at home.
Very popular.
Very, very popular.
I can see why, because I wanted one as soon as I came. I was like, oh, I want one.
So, but what a game changer it is, because
it is, yeah.
I'm not sort of dissing Louise, but Louise has got her tools in sort of like a little tote bag, and
they're all bunched together.
They're all bunched together, and so last week we were talking. She went, "Is it this one? Is it that one?" So now she's organised herself. She's got her new tool holder, and she's got the tools that she's going to be using today, and it holds 12 of those. So if you've gone for this collection of tools, you're half full because you've got 6 of them, and then you can use it for some of your other essentials. Yeah,
like blending pen. I've got my white eraser, my white pencil that I used to create my box just now. I just stuffed it back in the tool caddy. But like Barbara said yesterday, it's like a project one as well. So for me,
project station.
It's not all over the place on the desk, so it frees up desk space so I can put other stuff on the desk.
You can clutter it with other stuff.
I can clutter it with other bits and pieces. But this looks nice and organised.
It does.
And I like that.
Could we go to camera number 4? I can't reach camera number 4.
Oh, yeah.
We can have a look at the details there. Item number 31797. So this one here is loaded with some multi-needle tools. We've got the hockey stick, we've got a shader tool in there. But what a fantastic piece of equipment, designed by Mr. Dave, who designed the stamp pens as well. But it's beautiful.
It's a real game changer.
On
Such a good
one side
idea.
it says Pergamano, on the other side it says Clarity Stamp. So perfect for both your stamp pens and your Pergamano tools.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right, I'm going to hand out now that the excitement, it's like a kiddie in a sweet shop.
I know. I got very excited about that when I first saw it this morning. I was like, oh, I got it. So I'm just lining up. It's very hard to see because it's white pencil.
Yeah.
But I'm just lining up roughly just the white line just underneath this pattern. So maybe if I come in a bit closer. Oh, hello. There we go.
Let's give that a minute. There we go.
There we are. I don't know if you can see that because it's very hard for me to see it. So everybody must be struggling. But it's in the right place. Trust me on that. There we go. So now I've got to my wing. I know where I'm going. So I would choose my Groovi guard. So I'm just going to be doing this outside one here.
Okay.
I thought I'd test that. So do you think it's better on number 3?
I reckon it'd be number 3, yeah. Right, we're talking, all of our cameras have numbers.
Yes. There we go. So like I was saying last week, as long as the outer 2 are in the right position, then the other needles will follow suit.
Because the outer needles are longer than the inner needles.
Yeah, so it's an easy guide. Let me get my finger out there. Easy guide of how to. So you just follow it down.
I suppose Linda's done the hard work for us in this pattern because she's already spaced it out perfectly for us to follow.
Yeah, Linda's done all the hard work, so it's easy for all of us now. All we've got to do is follow the pattern. There we go. Just going to move it this way. It's easier for me to go towards.
Good tip. Sort of. So turn the work so it's more comfortable for you.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, it's a little bit more difficult for Louise because obviously she's sharing it with everyone at home in order for you to see what she's doing.
There we go. So I'll just show you those. Then I'm going to turn it this way.
Okay.
Can we see?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going here. Because then we're going back on ourselves here.
Right.
So we've turned the work around. It's going to go in the other 2 holes again, but just opposite.
Okay, so you could just do that single row if you wanted to.
You could do, yes. It looks very, very nice with a single row because I've used this tool on, the Groovi Tuesday project.
Yes.
The outside of the Groovi Tuesday project is actually this wing tool.
Ah.
And I've only used it 1 layer.
Right.
I'm going to show you a really nice trick in a minute as well because it actually looks really nice as a double layer.
We're getting fancy now.
I know. She's feeling brave.
Can you imagine trying to do this 1 needle at a time?
Oh, I know.
Not.
That is, yeah, crazy. Although I will show you something actually in a little while. If you've created that sampler sheet and it's correct all the way down, then the good thing about having a template is the fact that you can use it with a 1 needle fine or a bold and go through the pattern again.
Right, okay.
So once you've done it the first time, the minute we go into the overhead, there we go. So
That was so easy, wasn't it?
very quick and
Yeah.
easy. Like you say, Linda does all of the hard work for you. So now we've done that little part. So for Linda's embossing technique,
Yeah.
Linda's done it looks almost like a little bow. Where is it?
Maybe better on the actual finished piece.
It might be better actually.
Okay.
There we go. There we are. So as you can see, it's almost like a little bow tie.
Oh yeah.
So a little bow tie. So that's what we'll do a little bit of that, and then I'm going to show you another trick with this tool as well. So I need to take the picot foam away for a little while. And I'm just going to turn over my Groovi mat. So now we're on the soft side, soft squidgy side.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my embossing tool.
And you've also flipped your parchment as well, haven't you?
I have. I flipped parchment. So now, as soon as you perforate into a parchment, like so, that's the front.
Yeah.
And now we've created the back with all of the, you can feel it's all
Scratchy.
Yeah. So now, so with this bow tie, we do a little dot in the middle. And then it's almost like a little, sort of like a little triangle. There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's sweet. I like that.
Cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then do another couple, then I'll show you some other things.
So would you do one at a time, or would you go and put all your dots in first and then go back, or do you not really think about it? You just do it?
I'd probably go along and do it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with either way, really. It's just how everybody works. There we go. So that is just a little, so you do that all around the corner.
Yeah.
Where are we? And if you wanted to, because I've created this a little bit further away from the border, you can start getting excitable with the borders.
Excitable with the borders.
Yeah, so now we're in Egypt. Look, we've got the pyramids.
Oh yeah.
Little pyramids.
Nice.
So yeah, so there's all sorts of techniques. So I'm just going to show you single layer now. I'm going to bring in my picot foam. So let's go around here. There we go. So again, oh, hello. Throwing things around now. You might not see it as well, but I just need to put this underneath just in case. So we're just following the white line just down here.
Yeah.
Let me go on to camera number 3. We can see that, can't we? Then I'm going to bring in my groove guard.
So now you're going rogue. You're going without
rogue.
a pattern.
I am.
I suppose you get the confidence, don't you?
Yes. After a while, once you've got there, then you can experiment. So, for example, I wanted to just show you, if you double layer, like so, another lovely thing about this wing tool is that if you double layer the wing tool, if I go on to number 2, where are we? Here we are. Then, and I bring in the embossing tool, you can make a lovely little heart.
Oh, I see. So you've got the row there, which is, so the wing going along the border is like an upside down M, isn't it?
Yes.
And then you put another M on top of the M.
Yes.
Ah.
And you can create a nice little heart.
Oh, so the spacing then between the two wider legs or needles is the same space between the points of that, isn't it?
Yeah, so as you can see here, I've done the wing tool.
Yeah.
And then the wing tool is slightly higher, but it's in the gap in between these two wing tools.
Yeah.
So, and then I've spaced it just above, so it looks like this little part is almost like a diamond. But yeah, so you can create a really nice little heart decoration on that one.
That's lovely.
So then you could just do your little
Pyramids again.
down here. And I just thought I'd just go rogue just to show you that, because I thought that's a really lovely decoration with the wing tool that you can create.
Mm.
And there's nothing stopping you doing more than 2 layers. You could do 2 layers of hearts, but yeah, so that's another little decoration.
That's nice.
Yeah. So let me bring in this one again. Which one should we do now, Paul?
Ooh, decisions. Oh, so I can see here where you were talking about. So this is where this pyramid.
Yes.
You've got a little tool that I can point with.
You've got your little poke tool. There we
I've
go.
got to try and do it left-handed. So I can see here. So there's your bottom row, and so this is just creating more rows on top of one another, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we've just created those 2.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
So then you can create, if you wanted to do 2 layers of hearts, you would do 3 rows.
Ah.
So yeah, so that's a nice little thing to do. You've even got a little butterfly there as well. You can create it with this tool.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be, if I just go rogue in the middle here.
Okay.
So the do it so I can easily get to it. There we go. So we've got. There we go. I'm getting overexcited now.
I know. She just wanted to start perforating. She was just about to perforate into the soft side of her mat.
I know. Getting overexcited.
I
Right.
know.
Where was I? There you go. Here we are. Let's go back again.
Plus, it's got warm in here again, hasn't it?
I know.
I'm going to open the window. It's this sort of time of the day. It was miserable this morning. It was wet. It was grey.
It was.
And now the sun, well, it's still grey, but the sun was shining a little bit earlier. So let's let a little bit of air in.
Let's try again. So I'm just going to do it here, I think.
Okay.
I'll do it on the edge. I'm going to put my Groovi tabs. So again, we go on to number 3. So we're just making sure that the 2 outer ones are on that side. I'm just going to turn around. Make sure the 2 outer ones are on this side. So then when you've done that part, we take those away for a minute. Take away the Pico foam. I'm on the soft side of the mat again. What am I on that? What am I doing? There we go. Where's my butterfly? Oh, let me go on to overhead. There we are.
That doesn't look like a butterfly. It just looks like a weird cross.
It doesn't look like a butterfly, does it?
No.
Not yet,
But
anyway.
you're going to make it look like a butterfly.
I am. So we're on the back again, because
Yeah.
you can feel it's all scratchy.
Okay.
So what I think I'll do... No, I'm going to stay with the 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Groovi sticker tabs off, because that's getting in the way. Oh, look, I found somewhere else to put my Groovi sticker tabs.
Oh, yes. You could put your Groovi
Hey.
tabs onto your new tool holder.
Yeah, look.
Perfect.
Perfect for me.
There we go.
Another use. Okay, so back to the butterfly. Okay, so we're going to loop around this one. So just looping round.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn it so I can. Loop a little bit around that one.
Okay.
You know, it's so excited. It's coming towards me as they're going along. Okay. Okay, and then we can use the little one to do little antennas.
Oh.
And then, oh, hold on.
Give me his little body.
Give him his little body.
And now he
There you
looks
go,
like a little butterfly.
butterfly.
Oh, that's lovely.
So yeah, that's another thing we can do.
Okie dokie. So that's just using the wing
using the
tool,
wing.
isn't it?
Yes.
So, and then obviously we've got the teardrop. Now, some of you at home may already have a number of the tools that are featured in this collection, which, as we said earlier, was the semi-star, the wave, the drop, the lozenge, the butterfly, and also the wing. Now, if you missed out or you didn't realize that the this little handy guide was available, you can get that as well. You can either get it on the claritycrafts.com website or on the Pergamano website. The item number for that is 60221. I know Gracie's very kindly popped the links up to that. $1.99 on the Clarity Crafts website with your club discount, which if you're a diamond club brings that down to £1.69. But if you're shopping over on pergamano.com, then it's £1.39. So definitely worth considering where to shop.
Can't be bad.
Super duper.
Right, so I'm taking my Groovi tabs off of my tool caddy.
And the tool caddy is on the Pergamano and on the Clarity website. There isn't any 30% off on the tool caddy on the Pergamano website because it literally launched yesterday. Barb gave a sneaky peek at the during the shack at 10 o'clock yesterday, but people had found it. Our friends had found it before Barbara had shown it off.
We crafters, we know what's going on. Okay, so we're going to focus now on the teardrop or the drop. So this is Linda's little sampler, which is lovingly created for the book.
Okay.
So I thought we'd focus on this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter exactly, this could be on the outside or the inside, but the little, what's it called? The
little scallops.
Little scallopy bit is going to be on the inside.
Okay.
So on here you can see that you've got a little dot.
Yeah.
So you can see where the front of your tool is, which is where the point, oh, sorry, hold on. The point of the drop is.
Try on number 3. Yeah. It might just take a while then to.
Oh. Okay, so, oh yeah, so the point of the drop is exactly the same spot as where this little spot is.
Oh, yes.
So it really does help when doing tool work. So I'll keep it on number 3 while I do this, I think.
Okay.
And we'll put it there. So again on my Pico foam, and I'm just going to bring in my tumble dryer sheet. There we go. Okay, so Groovi guard, point.
Now I can see there, Louise, obviously you're going through your parchment, you're going through the paper, and the best idea is to go through the cheapest copy of paper, isn't it? The thinnest copy of paper you can find.
Yes.
But you also have a tip that when you're using it for the first time, although it's lubricating as it goes through, there's a lot of needles here, isn't there?
There is a lot of needles.
So you often use another tumble dry sheet to lubricate the needles to get started, don't you?
You do, yes. You can do. So, for example, I've got a tumble dryer here.
Tumble dryer?
I have a tumble dryer. I have a tumble dryer and I have a tumble dryer sheet. There we go. So then you can, I think because the drop has got the most needles out of all 6 of these tools.
Right.
So it has more needles. Plus I'm getting hot. Right, where was I? There we go. There I was. So again. So yeah, every time you feel a resistance, it's a good idea sometimes to put the Groovi guard there as well.
Yeah.
So just follow around the corner. And it's not the same as the wing tool because you haven't got 2 outside needles.
Right. Okay.
So as long as you kind of line up and the point is where the point of the drop is,
yeah.
you should be fine with the needle. There we go.
Louise is having a tropical moment.
I'm
going to climb under the desk and I'm going to plug the fan in because I think that will help. So talk amongst yourself. Carry on, Louise. I'll just find where the plug is.
Okay, thank you, Paul. So yeah, just putting my Groovi tabs on the on my tool caddy again. That's very handy, that is, I'm telling you. There we go. So now I'm going to go to the overhead. So I have my little corner. I've done a little corner so far. I just thought I'd show you different things. So, oh, that's nice. Oh my gosh. You can tell the difference now.
There we go.
There we go. I feel like I'm in one of those studios with the wind
The
machine.
wind machine underneath.
Okay, so now we've done that. So with this one, slightly different. We've got a nice little, oh, you can't even see it. Nice little scallop edging in here. And then it's kind of, Linda's created like a dotty effect just on the inside of the scallop.
Oh,
so
they're dots.
They are very fine dots. Yeah,
Oh,
it looks.
Wow. It looks like
almost,
a continuous line.
It does, yes. But they are dots.
Right. Okay.
Very intricate dots. So first of all, to get my eye in, I'm just going to do the scallop detail first, I think.
Yeah.
So I have my line here. So that's a line that we can rub out because I've done this line on the front.
Yeah.
So it's better to do it on the front because you can rub it out easier after you've done. So you can use that as a guide of where to put your scallops. So to always keep your scallops on the line. So you know what we were actually, I can see something forming from these scallops is like an upside down heart.
Oh, yes.
So that's another thing that I see when doing this.
Yeah.
Is I could feel, for example, so we have Linda's wonderful embossing idea.
Yeah.
But then this is what I mean when you say just experiment and see what you can create.
Yeah.
Experiment on top of the wonderful things that Linda's done. There we go. So now we're going to the little dotty effects.
Hopefully that fan isn't too loud for our friends at home and it's not interfering with anything. Can I come in super? See if we can come in. I don't know if we can come in any closer. I don't know if we set number 4 up. Let's have a look. I'm going to try coming in manually. Let's give it a minute to focus. You may need to just put your hand there. If it doesn't, we'll zoom back out. There we go.
There we go.
Right, okay.
You might be able to see it more on the front, maybe.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So some very little dots. Now, you could feel to do them smaller, you could use the number 1, but you'd have to be very, very careful.
Everyone at home's holding their breath. Craig said she can hardly hear the fan. That's good.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
good,
Grace.
yeah. So that's the number 1, but I think the number 2 gives a really nice effect.
And I suppose if you wanted to, if you didn't feel the confidence of doing the little dots, you could do a continuous line on the inside, couldn't you?
So you've got the continuous line around, like so.
So many options with just one
Oh, I know.
of the tools, so to speak.
You think on top of that, then you could go around. So then that's another option.
So it's like you're combining sort of the multi-needle tool with the white work to create these beautiful decorative patterns.
Yeah, so then once you've created all of your embossing, then you can go back and reperforate into it, and it will really, you know, once it's reperforated, it looks really lovely, because you don't want to perforate too much to begin with, but then there's nothing stopping you from filling in with white work as well. A little bit of white work. That really makes it pop.
Yeah.
So there really are a lot of options to do. So yeah, that's the drop border. Should I do some little ones? Oh, hold on, sorry.
Just let's come back out that.
Oh yeah,
bit
we went super zoom, didn't we?
Oh. And no, it doesn't want to play. Let's come back out one more. There we go.
There we are. Yeah, so that's that part. Maybe in the middle I could do the little. That's a little nice design.
That's nice, a little flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So we want to put our black mat round. See, she's thinking clearly now. She's got a fan in her face. Nice. There we go. So I'll put my little tumble dry sheet underneath again.
So is it just remembering, isn't it, just to do this every time? And I suppose you get into a sequence and practice.
You do, yes. You start to pick things up. You start to experiment then. Once you've done your practice piece and you're feeling more confident, then you really start to experiment.
And I suppose at the end of the day, it is only just a piece of parchment, isn't it?
Oh, exactly. It's like, for example, with this, you know, this is just, go on to number 3. This is just a bit of parchment. You can see if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It doesn't matter.
But then sometimes you may surprise yourself and come up with something new.
Exactly. There's never mistakes, there's learning curves. Hey.
And some are curvier than others.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on my glasses, you know.
Really? When was you meant to pick them up?
Well, they said about a week.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I suppose with Easter in the way, that causes a lot of issues, doesn't it?
Yeah, it will do. I'll be glad when I can see a bit better.
I often find that helps when you're using a multi-needle tool.
Oh, definitely.
You're doing a grand job.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna pop into the chat. I'm gonna see what our friends are up to. Has anybody been playing with these multi-needle tools? Have you been following along? Have you been following along with Louise and sort of following what she's been doing last week and maybe this week?
It's good to. I know a lot of our lovely friends love to experiment as well. We're all kind of. We all like to try different things, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, maybe our friends at home have come up with a new design or a new pattern.
Yeah.
Great way of sharing is over on Groovi Worldwide, Clarity Worldwide, and also the Clarity Mini Makes Facebook page as well. So it's the button stop working now. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. And tomorrow, believe it or not, is our final module of our Groovi 123 foundation course. I can't believe where that time's
It's gone so quickly.
I know.
I was saying to everybody this morning, I've got to start practicing and doing my
for the next
setup.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
The time goes so quickly, doesn't it?
And Barb launched her one on Friday. That's proven really, really popular.
Yeah, the landscape.
Sort of landscaping and stamping.
I got my eye on that one.
Have you?
Yeah.
So all of our 1, 2, 3, or all of our online courses are available on the Clarity Crafts website. There's a section dedicated to past, present, and future. If you go to the front page and you scroll down, you'll see a section. So if you missed out on Barbara's lovely canvas boards, the using it was the canvas boards with the viaduct and the lighthouse.
Yeah, the collage ones.
Even though they've all been undone, you can still go back in and purchase them and enjoy both a recording of the live show when it went out and also the pre-record. Maybe you're fairly new to Groovi, and despite the fact that Louise and I are doing the last module tomorrow, once you purchase that course, you have the keys to that classroom, so you can go back in and watch again and again and again. And the same with Barb's 1, 2, 3 course coming up. We'll be sending out, for those of you that have already purchased, we will be sending out the invites on the Tuesday after Easter to the Circle platform where they all take place. And don't forget, there's double points up until midnight on Thursday for anyone that signs up for Barbara's 1, 2, 3 course ahead of the game.
Okay.
That's nice. I like that with the little, it looks like a lovely flower.
It does, doesn't it? Let me just improve.
I like that.
That really pops.
So I quite like that, even with the 4 outer ones, that if they weren't there and it was just like the 4 inner ones, would make a lovely little flower.
Yeah, because you can, once you've started practicing, there's so many. I mean, Linda just gives you a few examples here, but you can mix and match. Let me go on to this one first. You know, so there's nothing stopping you from creating just like we were doing just now with the border with the 2.
Yes.
With the 3 layers of wing tile, which creates the 2 layers of hearts. Do that all the way around, or just on the edges or the corners of a design.
Yeah.
You've got this design that would look really lovely in a corner. So you had that in a corner.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. And then you've got the little butterfly. Everybody loves butterflies.
Absolutely. And you've got the one above that, which is like a windmill.
Yes.
You know those
that one. Or that one.
That one. That's it. That one. What was those toys called?
Oh yeah, the ones that would spin in the wind.
Yes.
Yes.
They've probably got. It's like a whirly gig.
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel. That's it. Pinwheel.
Yeah.
I know where I got whirly gig from.
It's a whirly gig as well. Yeah. So there's just so many. And then, for example, you can mix and match, but you can also take things away. So, for example, if you wanted this around a border, just forget about these 2 and just create that as a border.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you? Yeah.
Or even like these 2 together, you know, so it's like one facing you and one looking away.
And when you if you turn that slightly towards me,
sorry.
See if you turn it that way. See, look, there's a straight row there. I quite like that one. just the
Yes.
two together, so you could repeat that going along, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. So once you have this, it's so much easier to create things. And I really do suggest creating this template, only because you can go back into your artwork. Let me find, there it is. For example, you put your template. Oh, what's there?
While you look at that, there's
Yes.
a question coming from Bridget.
Oh,
And is the next available 1, 2, 3 course the same as the one we're just doing, or is it the next level? Okay, so tomorrow's session is the third part of the 1, 2, 3, which was the foundation course that we've been looking at. So it covered the 3 sort of core skills, didn't it, Louise? So it covered the first module was white work, the second module was colour, and the third module, which we're doing tomorrow, is perforating and picot cutting. So that gives you that core foundation of sort of like an introduction, so to speak. Then when we release the next course is all going to be about white work. So there'll be a 3 modules parts of that, and it will cover using embossing tools, the shader tools, the hockey stick, looking at shadow embossing, all different types of white work and embossing using the various tools.
yeah.
So that will be sort of like the step up from the foundation, so to speak. Then after that, we then look at, there's a little bit of a summer break. And then the third 1, 2, 3 will be all about colour. So they will concentrate on working with the Perga colour pens, the Perga liner pencils, the Dorso crayons, colouring on the back and on the front. Louise has already given us that foundation in the current course already. And then the final one, which will be, I think it's November time, I think it is, isn't it? If I remember. Then that will be a 3 module system to do with sort of multi-needle tools, perforating, picot cutting, and things like that. But as I say, if you're already part of, I'm sure Bridget is part of the current 1, 2, 3 course already.
Yeah.
But yeah, going forward, then the next one will just concentrate on 3 modules on white work.
Yes.
Sort of
Different kinds of white work, using every single embossing tool.
Absolutely.
So really getting to grips with all the embossing tools in the white work course.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Bridget. Okie dokie. So.
Okay, so I just thought, before we go, I thought I'd show. So you have these templates here. So I've created, I've used Linda's little template.
Yeah.
I've completed it. So what you can also do is, once you've embossed, say for example, I've created this one down here. Once you've embossed and made the holes larger, you can then use this as a template, so that every time you use it, as long as this one's perfect, every time you use it, it'll be perfect. So say for example, you're feeling like, oh, I'm not feeling very good with my eyes today, I don't know if I'm going to get a straight line, just use this template. So
rather than using Linda's printout, you use that once or to practice
use it
with.
once, make sure it's perfect the first time.
Yeah.
And then make the holes larger on that template. And then what you can do, for example, I've just used this here.
So when you say make it larger, you mean deep perforate with the 1 needle fine, or?
So I'll show you. Here we go. So say for example, this is your template.
Yeah.
I've just used the wing tool.
Okay.
So say that's your template.
Yeah.
So what you would do, once you've gone through it the first time, let me go on to number 3. Can we see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would just make the hole slightly larger so that you'll be able to, not too large that they're going to break the parchment. So
you're just using the tip of the 1 needle bolt there just to shallow perforate.
Yeah, just shallow perforating, not even going that far into it. So then once that's done, you can take your desired bit of parchment that you want to create this border on. And so this template then becomes something that's always going, you put your 1 needle, you'd stick it down. I'm just doing it very quickly for you to see.
Yeah.
And then you would just use this as a
template to perforate the piece of parchment underneath.
Yeah, so every time you've done it, it will be perfect because the first time you've completed it was perfect. So you would just use this.
And I suppose at this point you're only going through one layer, aren't you, as
Exactly, yeah. So you're going through here, which is already perforated, but then you'll go onto your parchment underneath and it's exactly the same. We go on to, there we are.
So that was the piece of parchment that was underneath.
Yeah, and that was the one that was over the top.
So that was your pattern.
Yeah, so for example, when I haven't reperforated through this yet. I haven't got that far yet. But once you've reperforated it through, I would use this as a pattern exactly the way I'm describing it here.
Right.
I would use that, and then I would just move the pattern along as you're going along the line, and you would create, as long as you've got your little white pencil box where you want to go, you just move this along.
And I suppose because you're using the parchment as a template, you can actually see underneath as well, can't you?
Exactly, yes. So you would just keep on moving along, and then it would be perfect every time because the template's perfect.
Clever.
So that's a good little tip.
Very clever. Wow, I can't believe it's come to the end of the hour almost already.
I know.
These little things that you've got the leaflet that is available individually if you wanted it to, and then Louise is concentrating on 2 different tools each week. So next week will be the final 2, which I believe will be the lozenge and the butterfly.
Yes.
Is that right? I remember that.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, you can either shop via the claritycrafts.com website, or you can go to thepergamano.com where there is 30% off as well. And if you spend on the pergamano.com website over £50, there is that free gift of extra parchment, which is perfect for keeping your little patterns on as well.
Practice on.
Lovely Gracie has popped up the links to the current 123 Groovi Foundation course as well. So it's never too late to join because it's always there. Once you purchase that, you'll then be sent an invite to the circle and you can go in, you can watch them. Even if the episodes are over, they're there for you to go back and catch up with, aren't they?
Definitely, yes.
There's also a Q&A room that Louise looks after. So if there's any questions, she's always there to help you as well.
Everybody's been putting their homework on this week.
Have they? I haven't had a chance to pop in there this week.
It's been lovely to see. Everybody's been done brilliantly.
10 out of 10 all round.
10 out of 10, full marks for everyone.
So we'll be clearing up the studio here this afternoon, and then Louise tomorrow will get ready for our final module, which is the perforating and picot cutting on the foundation level. So that'll be good. And as I've said, and I'm not just saying it, I have genuinely learned something from the sessions that Louise has been teaching. There will always be something that we can always learn. So I don't know everything, and Louise doesn't know everything, but between us, the knowledge and everything else, and all of our friends over on Groovi Worldwide, the design team as well, it's just like it's all about that community, isn't it?
Yes.
And helping one another out.
Between us, we all have a vast knowledge.
Yeah. And the circle platform, I suppose it brings everyone together, doesn't it?
It does.
And no question is ever a silly question, really.
No.
And I'm sure if you was to ask a question, there'll be somebody else that may be a little bit too shy to ask that question. So you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping others as well.
I always ask silly questions. It's fine.
So thank you for your company as always. So let's have a look. The week ahead. So we're finished for today. Tomorrow it is module 3. Don't forget, Barb is heading up to Hobby Maker. She'll be leaving early doors tomorrow morning for a debut on Hobby Maker. and that is at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So I hope you can tune in and keep Barb company there tomorrow. And then on Thursday, it's a special episode of The Shack. Barb explained previously earlier in the week how she's met up with Pat Hoskins' daughter and she's picked up all the Shack artwork.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a trip down memory lane on Thursday evening. And then also here in the UK, I'm sure it's everywhere, we have our Easter break.
Yes.
And we will be back with you on Tuesday, on Groovi
For
Tuesday,
Groovi Tuesday.
with lovely Louise at 10. And I'm sure we can find, it'll be the third instalment of this
Yes.
on 2
Next
o'clock
Tuesday,
on
2
Tuesday
p.m.
as well. But don't forget, Clarity Crafts and Pergamano.com, they are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you wanted to call the office and speak to anybody, then Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30, until 4:30, there's always someone there to help as well. So I think I've covered everything. Gracie says she's got the link up to the 123 course as well. So thank you very much, Gracie.
Thank you.
Thanks as always to Grace and all the lovely design team in the room.
Yes, thank you.
And
Thank you, Paul.
Louise is we're gonna turn that fan off now.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So enjoy the rest of your week and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care now.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.